I would encourage anybody who has the opportunity to become a speaker at this event. It's a wonderful way of meeting people. You can prepare your talk, and then after you've done the talk, people will come to you to further the discussion.
I think people should come and speak at these events because that's where you get a really rich content and learn everything about what other people are doing. And there are so many different ways to use your SAP system and exploit it, that it's really, really interesting to learn what other people are doing and how they're getting the most out of the system. So we need them to come and speak so that we can find out what's going on.
We've probably all been to lots of presentations and we kind of know what is a good presentation and what's a not so good presentation.
I guess my tips for speaking at events are, first of all, to remember it's a bit different from having a conversation. So one of the things I have to do is try to remember to speak more slowly because I do tend to speak quite fast.
You see quite a lot of presentations where it's obviously just a standard presentation and it doesn't really connect with you because it doesn't answer the questions that you want to ask. So I guess think of your audience is probably one of the first things to do.
When you think about the slides that you put together, make sure that they don't distract from the message and keep them fairly simple, because people don't really want to look at a lot of slides, but they want to just support your message and not sort of detract from it. And I think the other thing is just really enjoy it, because if you enjoy it, you're likely to be more engaging and your audience is more engaged and they're more likely to enjoy it as well.
What is important is to choose a subject that you care about, that you are interested in. As long as you do that, the rest of it will click into place. People can tell if you're passionate about a subject. Don't concentrate on the formal content of the slides. Really just focus on, if you had to communicate to yourself what you'd like to have learned earlier, then how would you do that? A simple Q&A session might be the right format for you. Don't concentrate too much on the formal presentation, just concentrate on being interesting about a topic you care about.
Try your session out on your kids, your family sort of thing. Especially if your kids are in that grade 4, 5, 6, sort of 10 to 12 age range, because it really lets you understand, am I communicating my information clearly? Am I communicating my information in a way that makes sense to people?
Most people, if you ask them presentations, the first thing they think of is, oh, I've got to stand up in front of a bunch of people and talk, and they'll be looking at me and I'll stutter and be nervous. I would say just embrace that. You're going to be nervous, you're going to stutter, but for once in your life you're going to be a star. You're going to be standing up under the lights and people are going to be looking at you rather than you being the other person. That's quite exciting, so you can turn it around in your head. So I'm not nervous, I'm excited, and this is my chance to shine.
Nerves are interesting. Sometimes you'll get them in a small session, sometimes you'll get them in a big session, but we really suggest to people that they take that time, they take that breath, they understand that this is their moment, they're not being judged on this, they're not being scored on this, and the people have made a choice out of 10, 15, 20 sessions that are going on at the same time to come and hear their story and what they want to hear.
So from a personal point of view, it raises your profile. It also gives you much more meaningful conversations. People who are interested in the subject will seek you out, and through those discussions you actually find out more about your topic of conversation. It also means that you're forced to do research about what you think you know, so you end up knowing the subject itself in much greater depth.
Your own personal brand is good for you as a person of your career development, perhaps, to be able to stand and say, I have spoken at this conference, I am, therefore in some ways must be recognised as an expert in whatever area I spoke in. So that's quite I think an incentive personally to want to do this.
Take the time, take a breath. You know this information, that's why you're picked to speak here. So have a little bit of faith, have a little bit of confidence, and make eye contact with a couple of friendly faces in the room and talk directly to them.